Look at him. He's beautiful, isn't he? Yeah, I bought him on AmiAmi, and with shipping fees, he was about $50 or so, you know, nothing too bad, and he came in the mail a couple of months ago, and I must say, he is an absolute delight. I absolutely love this Giorno statue. As a matter of fact, I love him so much that I also bought a $12 bootleg of him on AliExpress. So yeah, a while back my pal Date is the one who first ran into this beautiful Giorno bootleg, which I'll henceforth refer to as Norjo. Now, of course she knows that I quite like So Bad It's Good bootlegs, a lot of people do at this point, and she certainly knows that I'm a big fan of JoJo's. As a matter of fact, fun fact, we ran a JoJo's panel together at Anime Boston a couple of years ago. But what she didn't know was that I actually bought the official statue that this one was based off of earlier this year, so when she sent me the link to Norjo and was like, Kennedy, you need this? I was like, oh my god, actually, yeah, I do need this. Anyways, the link she sent me led to AliExpress, which in case you don't know is a Chinese retail site and a lawless wasteland as far as copyrights are concerned. Like, remember when Soulja Boy announced the game consoles and games that he totally helped develop? Oh, come on, surely you remember the Soulja game, right? I mean, how can we forget classics like Nintendo threatens legal action against Soulja Boy? In any case, as many pointed out at the time, the exact same consoles that Soulja Boy was trying to pass off as his were also available on AliExpress for several hundreds of dollars cheaper. But we're getting off topic here. This video is about good old Norjo. Do you remember that scene from SpongeBob where he totally smoothed himself out? Because honestly, Norjo reminds me more of that than he does Giorno Giovanna. In any case, let's go ahead and get a closer look at them together. So the box, for starters, is mostly the same, but it's still not quite right. The text on the back of the boxes isn't the same. The colors aren't quite as vibrant on Norjo's box, but the most noticeable difference is the logos at the top of the boxes. Giorno's has the Golden Wind logo and an approved by Shueisha sticker, and Norjo's has no such sticker and a logo that says Legend Creation, who I can only assume, based on a Google search, is responsible for bringing him into the world. As for the figures themselves, well, you know, the pose is right enough. I think the only major difference is that you can see that one of Norjo's hands isn't 100% attached to him, and so you can kind of see part of it coming out, you know, right here where it's supposed to be resting. Furthermore, Norjo is slightly skinnier than Giorno, so his limbs look kinda noodly, if that makes any sense. The colors are close enough, but they're noticeably more vibrant on Giorno. I honestly wouldn't blame you for thinking that these are maybe the same statues if you're looking at them at a distance, but once you get a good look at them together like this from close up, the differences are really apparent. And of course, nothing is more apparent than the fact that Norjo just does not have anywhere near the same level of detail as Giorno. There's the ladybug, the folds and the wrinkles in the clothes, his hair donuts, and oh good lord, his face. Yeah, so the face is definitely the most glaring difference between these two boys. Giorno looks chiseled in the way that all JoJo's characters are, and Norjo, you know what, let's not mince words here. He looks like he's made out of Play-Doh. He also has this dark outline around his eyebrows, and Giorno has a similar outline on his too, but it's lighter and less noticeable since his face is just more detailed in general. But then Norjo's outline isn't only darker, but it's also way more noticeable since, well, I mean, what did we just say? Play-Doh face. Wait a minute, are his lips upside down too? But aside from the face, the next biggest difference is definitely their feet. So this statue is also a pen, and he's meant to come off of the stand like this and write. But even when you have him displayed as a figure, I mean, he still looks nice, right? I mean, he rests on the pillar perfectly. Norjo, alas, can't quite say the same. His foot's not only weirdly longer, but also it just doesn't rest on the pillar quite right, and this is gonna cause you up to 2 problems anytime you decide to take him out and write something. something with him. Problem 1 is being unable to get him back into the pillar in a way where he's gonna stand upright. Like I said, he just doesn't have that same footrest that Giorno has, and even if you can get him back in, he's tilted slightly forward. At least he writes fine though, so silver lining, even if you can't get him back in and you got some important notes to write, I mean, he's functional. In any case, when you are able to get him back into the pillar, just be careful not to get him in there too deep, because then you're gonna run into problem 2. That's when he's so snug in the pillar that you just can't get him out, and, well, you do this. Yeah, his foot disconnects very easily. Now, it's easy to get it back on him, of course, but the fact of the matter is, it still comes off easily. You know, I guess you could say the fact of the matter is that it's still a problem afoot. The cherry on top of the bootleg sundae is that if we look at the bottom of their pillars, Giorno's has the JoJo copyright, and Norjo just doesn't. He has Made in China written on his, and that's it, you know? It's short, it's sweet, and to the point. As far as bootlegs go, I wouldn't say Norjo is quite the level of effortless that, say, Seder is, but it's definitely close. The detachable foot and, oh lord, that face are what really lets you know that this is a bootleg. Still, it does write, and the face is remarkably hilarious, and I have no doubt that it'll provide plenty of onlookers with a good laugh. I mean, he was $12 including shipping, and the preview pictures don't really do anything to make it look like he's anything but a bootleg, so it's not like I didn't get what I paid for. Still though, for what it's worth, I would totally recommend the official figure if you ever happen upon him, maybe online or at a convention or something. You know, he's got a nice face, all of his limbs are attached, and it's overall good quality, especially for a figure that's not super expensive. Plus, I mean, he is also a pen, and can you really put a price tag on the idea of signing important documents with him? Let's be real. So can we have a Stone Ocean anime yet, or what?